Hello and welcome back to another legendary chess game. This one was played in 1895 in Hastings, England, and it was played between two chess legends. One of them was first world chess champion Wilhelm Steinitz, who was playing this game as white, and his opponent was Kurt von Bardeleben. In this game, Wilhelm Steinitz, after the last move, showcased immediately the mating sequence to his opponent that was like 10 moves long. After his opponent resigned, he immediately analyzed and showed that this was a good decision by his opponent because checkmate was inevitable. This game is truly a chess classic and you will enjoy it. So without further ado, we'll go straight into the game. Steinitz opened the game with e4, von Bardeleben played e5, we have a knight to f3, knight to c6 for black, and Steinitz goes for bishop c4. Italian game, we have a bishop c5, so-called gioco piano, c3 for Steinitz, getting ready to push for a d4, knight to f6, a common move in Italian game, and Steinitz decided to play the sharpest way. He decided to play d4. We have e takes on d4, c takes on d4, and bishop b4 was played for black with a check. White decided to block with knight to c3, and we have a d5 on the board, immediately pressuring this bishop and also kind of sacrificing your pawn temporarily. We have e takes on d5, but after knight takes on d5, of course you cannot pick up this knight. I mean, you can with your bishop, but after queen takes on d5 you cannot pick up the queen because your knight is pinned here. So that is the reason why Wilhelm Steinitz now castles, and right now you have to be careful. You have to defend this hanging knight here on d5, a bishop to e6, game continued with a bishop to a g4 here for bishop g5 here for Steinitz. Now pressuring this queen, bishop to e7, a retreating move and offering a trade. For now the trade doesn't happen, but first Wilhelm Steinitz goes for bishop takes on d5, bishop takes on d5, and knight picks up on d5 here. We have queen takes on d5 and bishop takes on e7. In this position, black decided to save his castling rights, and he went for knight picks up on e7, hoping that he will castle on the next move, but Wilhelm Steinitz of course doesn't allow that, and he plays a rook to e1. Right now this knight is pinned, and if you castle you will lose your knight. Black continues now with f6. Now this is a really difficult position to play. You have to try and avoid, you have to immediately remove yourself from this pin. That is the reason behind this move with king to f7, then put your rook on d8, and finally you will be able to play this game normally as much as you can. Game continued with queen to e2 for Wilhelm Steinitz, although computer recommended here queen to a4 as a slightly better move. Queen to d7, you have to defend this knight, and game continues with rook a to c1. Computer now says that this is not the most precise move. After queen to d7, rook a to d1 was best. Also d5 was perfectly fine here as well, with the idea to put in another rook here if black queen decides to take, or of course black queen cannot take, what am I saying, because this knight is hanging, but d5 was a better alternative here. But Steinitz played rook a to c1 nevertheless. It's not a mistake. c6 was played, a really difficult position to play. After rook a to c1, best move was to go king to f7, but c6 was played with the idea to stop d5, and it is already too little too late because d5 cannot be stopped right now. d5 is played, c takes on d5 was played for black, now allowing a white's knight to enter the position with knight to d4, getting ready to enter on e6. Still this knight is hanging and you have to be careful. In this position black plays a king to f7, finally he removes himself from this dangerous pin. Game continues with knight to e6, and now black is in a lot of trouble. He wants to trade pieces as much as he can, so he plays a rook h to c8, offering a trade, but he misses the tactic that white had in this position, and that tactic is queen to g4. Right now getting ready to pick up this pawn here with a very dangerous, almost a checkmating attack here. G6 is played, and right now knight g5 check, a discovered attack, a discovered check. Right now If you take this knight, your queen will fall. So king to e8 was played, and right now brilliant sacrifice by Wilhelm Steinitz with a rook picks up on e7 check. King went on f8. Now probably we will of course show all the variations here. Why after rook to e7? Black had many options here. Why didn't he, for example, pick up this rook with his queen? Well, after that it goes rook takes on c8, rook picks up on c8, and after queen takes on c8, queen d8 to block. Now computer says that queen to e6 is best, but queen takes on d8 is as well completely good. And after this, knight to f3, and you simply have a knight advantage and you will win the endgame. After rook picks up on e7, if you decide to pick up with your king, then what follows is rook to e1 check. After king to d6, we have queen to b4 check. And now the best variation here is to go with rook to c5. In this case, a rook to e6 with a check. If you move your king, your rook will fall. The best continuation is to pick up this, but after knight picks up on e6, you cannot give checkmate, unfortunately, because your rook is pinned here. It will be an amazing that you can, but you will lose. Computer recommends picking up this knight, but after this you simply are queen against the rook, and this is a completely lost endgame. After queen to b4, if you go king to c7 immediately, then there is a knight to e6 firstly check. Right now after king to b8, we have a devastating check with queen to f4, and you will be forced to lose material, and the game is over as well. So after rook takes on e7 check, black saw all of this and he decided to go for king to f8. Game continued with a rook to f7 check. Now king went on g8, of course, just to show you that this is not a possibility because this is a checkmate. So after rook to f7, king to g8 was played. We have a rook to g7 check, and right now king to h8 was played. After this move and rook picks up on h7, this is where black resigned the game, and Wilhelm Steinitz showcased the checkmating sequence. Now let's see what would happen after rook takes on g7. What are simply possibilities of black in this position. So if you decide to go firstly on f8 with your king, then what follows is a knight picks up on h7 check. And right now there is not much you can do. Again, if you go on e8, there is a checkmate. You can take this, but then we take this. After king, let's say, goes on h6, we win your rook, and we will win another rook, and this will be a clearly won endgame. After rook g7 check, let's say you pick up with your queen. Now what follows is rook picks up on c8 again, and after rook takes on c8, queen picks up on c8. Right now after queen to f8, computer recommends some queen to e6 check, but there is no need to be greedy. You can simply trade, and again you are left with a knight advantage and you in an easily winning endgame. After rook to g7, if you decide to go with king picks up on g7, then of course your queen hangs, and after queen takes on d7, the next move, white will pick up your rook, and you will again be with a queen down. And this is the reason why after king to h8, after rook to h7, why did black resign. And now let's see what are black's possibilities here, and let's see the checkmating sequence. So now after king firstly goes on g8, you continue with a rook to g7 check. If king goes, of course, back, then you continue with queen to h4 check. And after king takes on g7, you have a queen to h7 check, and after king to f8, you have another checkmating attack here with queen to h8. And after king goes on e7, here we have queen to g7, and after king goes on on e8, you continue with queen to g8. After king to e7, queen to f7 check. After king to d8, queen to f8 check. After queen to e8, you continue with knight to f7 check, and after king to d7, queen d6 is a checkmate. And this is the checkmating sequence in 10 moves that Wilhelm Steinitz showcased immediately after this game, and that his opponent actually did a good job resigning here. Simply there is nothing you can do here. There is no way to avoid this, simply because you will be forced to go for this line. Of course, if you go to something like if you go to king to f8, then as I mentioned, knight to h7 wins the game, so you will be forced to this line and you will lose in 10 moves. Truly a spectacular game, and showcase how these grandmasters and world chess champions had amazing power of calculation. So he was 100% convinced that this is winning and there is a checkmate in 10 moves, and Steinitz saw it like it's nothing, 10 moves in advance. I don't know about you, but seeing checkmates in 10 moves, it's really scary. And if something goes wrong, if you missed a move or something like this, or you missed a check and everything goes south, then you will be beating yourself up for not taking the material or something else. Yeah, Wilhelm Steinitz, truly chess legend and a world chess champion, showcased how you should play this game. This was all for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a comment, like, and share this video with other people who enjoy chess. If you wish to improve at chess, do check the link in the video description. This is a chess community that will help you improve your chess with all of the sections of chess, including opening, endgame, middle game, how to develop plans, how to defend, how to attack, and everything else that one chess player that aspires to improve his chess game might need. Whatever your chess goals, except you're a grandmaster, then this will be not that interesting to you. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you a pleasant day. Bye bye.